So hey, it's been a while since my last upload. I'll try to give a heads up if I disappear like that again. I got really caught up with school stuff and wasn't able to work on video stuff. This channel has been doing a lot of growing lately and I really appreciate all the support. So, the Sonic series anniversary wasn't too long ago. He's been around for 32 years as of time of recording. So, to celebrate, we're gonna go over some interesting cameos and references featuring the Blue Blur. There's quite a lot, so I'm primarily gonna focus on his appearances in Sega games, with one noteworthy exception. With that said, let's get on with it. So I've covered this in an old short, but for those who weren't aware, Radmobile is actually Sonic's first appearance. It predates the release of Sonic 1 by just 5 months. He's sorta just hanging out up there, but pretty cool nonetheless. I was shocked to find out about this appearance, but nowhere near as shocked as this next one. I wanted to stick to only talking about Sega games for this video, but this was too insane not to talk about. Let me introduce you to The Adventures of Quick and Silva. It's a PC platforming game that looks... okay, it was made in just 2 weeks. That makes sense. So, Sonic among various other copyrighted characters appear in this game as enemies. Okay, so what? A lot of bootleg games have copyrighted characters, who cares? What's crazy about this one is that Sonic's appearance here also predates Sonic 1. It was released just a little over a month prior. So, unofficially speaking, Sonic 1 is the third game that Sonic appears in. I guess they just saw a trailer of Sonic 1, and one of them was like, "Look guys, I know we don't have a lot of time, but I have an idea." They were one Radmobile away from having this actually be Sonic's first appearance in a game. Even Sonic's mad about the situation. So let's just jump back to official Sega games. Le Mans 24, another Sega arcade racing game. This will be the last racer of the video, but I needed you to see Sonic making a secret playable appearance in this red buggy. To unlock him, you need to enter a code while selecting your car, then boom, off to the races. He looks kinda creepy with those unblinking eyes. You can definitely tell it's supposed to be one big toy, but that almost makes it creepier. You're gonna love this one. Sticking with the toy theme, we got Tamagotchi. Specifically a game called Sega Saturn de Haken Tamagotchi Park. Usually how these go is you first have to hatch an egg to get a pet Tamagotchi. If you raise a Sega egg Tamagotchi in different ways, it'll evolve into different Sega characters. Like, Flicky. Kinda boring, but alright. Alex Kidd. That guy from Sonic Racing. Whoa! Don't kill me. I know. Oopa Oopa. Whose was my victory really worth the price I had to pay? Dear God. There's also Pango. And finally Sonic. Look at him. I'll take 10. He's just a little guy. What a whimsical little lad. His name is ScHIAuChi, and it being a Tamagotchi game, you can of course feed and play minigames with him. Just make sure you take care of him. Besides the looks, he's still just a normal Tamagotchi, and when left alone, they tend to... But after all that work, why and how could you ignore this? Moving on. Hope you got your fishing hat handy because we're talking about Sega Bass Fishing. They made a lure of him diving, which is weird because, you know, odd choice, but whatever floats your boat.
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
It's a pretty cool lure, but he 1,000,000% wouldn't be on board with the idea. Such a weird appearance. I'm sure the rest of the references and cameos will be nothing out of the ordinary.
Jet Set Radio!
So in an interview while on the subject of character references, Jet Set Radio's art director Ryota Uda pointed to a picture of the character Garam and said, "See this?" And the interviewer was like, "Yeah." The skull he wears is actually the skull of a famous Sega character. Oopa Oopa, no! Oh, it Sonic. Yeah, I kinda see it now. You can tell they didn't want to make it too overt, but those spikes and that blue color definitely remind you of a famous Sega character. If someone higher up at Sega questioned them on it, there'd be room for plausible deniability. Sonic's not dead, it's just a blue skull, trust me. You could trust me. This next one doesn't quite have room for deniability. This was actually the one that inspired this video. Illbleed is an odd survival horror Dreamcast game that gets weirder the more you look into it. That rating is there for a reason. I first found out about this game when I was watching Games Done Quick a few months back. Eventually, throughout the playthrough, the runner and friends encountered this. Meet Zodic the Hellhog. Officially licensed Dreamcast game, by the way. I hope one of you wrote down Demonic Sonic on your bingo card. I don't know what's more shocking to me though, the existence of this thing, or how weirdly lovingly done this was. They gave him a spin dash and even made it so when you damage him, he drops rings. The craziest part though is that Zodic is voiced by Ryan Drummond, the voice of Sonic at the time.
It's strange. What does Zodic's strength gauge show?
You see what I mean? That attention to detail for a joke is crazy. By far the most recent game we'll be talking about today, we got Sonic in the Olympics. No, not that one. Or that one. Or, those. Adding Sonic to an Olympic game doesn't sound too weird considering we have all of these. But in the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 published by Sega, they decided to add a man in a Sonic costume, which is definitely an interesting choice. Imagine this running full speed at you. He's faster than you, what you gonna do about it? If I saw that thing running at me, I'd have a heart attack. But speaking of Sonic in a sports game, we got one more cameo to go over. Jumping back 20 years, here we got Virtua Striker 3, a soccer game for the GameCube. In this game, there are secret, hidden, playable teams. I don't know why I said that like that, but it's true. One of these being FC Sonic, a team consisting of Sonic, Amy, Eggman, Knuckles, and of course... But that's not a full team size. There's supposed to be 11 players on the field per team. So who else is... Oh dear God. I kinda love this actually. It's such a wacky and fun idea for an Easter egg. I was the kind of kid who after finding this out would forever only play this team. Imagine if you were a pro player and got scored on by this. If that happened to me, it's over. I quit. I'm retiring. I'll see y'all in therapy. So yeah, from Tamagotchi to Hellhogs, those were some Sonic references that keep me up at night. Out of all of these, my favorite would have to be ScHIAuChi. He's just too pure for this world. But let me know which was your favorite. Or hey, if you have a favorite that wasn't in the video, let us know in the comments down below. After that, why not check out this Scott Pilgrim video I made getting excited about the anime. Regardless, I'll see you again soon. Peace.